All right, so let's start with the cleaning. We're going to take the magazine out, clear it, make sure it's good. A gun is very dirty inside because we used range ammo. Range ammo is traditionally very expensive, very dirty, and very gritty, so we're going to call it Stormy Daniels ammo. The way that we take this firearm apart, you don't have to lock it back like on most, but if you can see, there is just a little notch there, and it corresponds with the takedown pin, so you just kind of line them up. And again, look how easy that is. That's just insane. So we do that and line it up, and we're going to take a screwdriver and just go in and pop that out. And there we go. And then we release it. You don't need to pull the trigger. It literally just slides apart. And I haven't had this gun apart before. And I've got to tell you, this grip is insanely light. I'd be shocked if this was more than an ounce or two. So literally all of the weight is in the slide, which is just amazing. And you can tell, yeah, they've cut out so much of the steel on this gun to help with the recoil. That's interesting too. But what we're going to do is we're going to take the spring and guide rod out. By the way, thank you. I know that I always call this the guide rail, and it's not. So I don't know. My first grade teacher was right. I don't listen well and I don't remember well. Ow! So, but I got it right this time. We're going to remove the barrel. This is pretty common in 380s. And again, this is alloy steel. And there's the slide. And you can see it's just, it's been cut away. That's also why it's been ported. It's really interesting compared to the weight of this. So with that, it's pretty dirty. So we're going to go ahead and start using our brand new Hoppe's bore cleaner. Take that, you can even see normally I don't clean the magazines all the time, but you know, this is just dirty. So we're gonna get in there. It really was like just filthy ammo. We'll let that go and break that down a little bit. And again, that was just from the magazine. Take this, wipe down the spring. Again, really, this is from 50 rounds. That was it. So looks like we shot a couple of thousand. Looks like I should be an expert with this gun, which I'm not. Which you can probably tell if you go back and look at the range footage. Get this, swipe it down, do that. Again, really dirty. And we're gonna take this, go in here. Now, one of the other things that you'll see is this is a full rail. This is actually a rail. And that supposedly helps with the recoil. But again, just really pretty gritty for 50 rounds. And fortunately, I always clean my guns every time I shoot. Liar! That's a lie. I do clean my guns every time I shoot if I know we're doing a video on them, because I have to. But again, that's really dirty from 50 rounds. So we're going to get and hit the hammer too. go in here, get in these rails. Get there. Do the other side. You don't want to dip dirty stuff into your cleaning solvent, but we're going to get this in here, go in the rails here. And I'm going to take this patch, go down the bore. Probably, honestly, should have done this first, but the rest of this was just so dirty. That, get in there. And now we're giving it a good bath, and I honestly always like doing that. I like a heavy pour, going back to my bartender days in college.
2 shots of vodka.
So we'll clean where the ejector is and the firing pin. And again, just kind of nasty, but that is why we clean them. All right. And, I'm going to take a momentary break for a toothbrush. We're going to get the toothbrush and just kind of give it a nice scrub. Get in there. Kind of want to get in here as well. And you can do the outside of the barrel. Normally I would say this isn't going to be that dirty, but honestly I'm shocked at how quickly this gun got dirty from those 50. And we're going to do the top here. So let this soak. We'll go through through here. We're going to run that a few times through. I'm going to also just do takedown pin, which is also dirty. Wow, there's not a single part of this gun that just did not get coated. So I will probably not be using range ammo much anymore. All right. All right. Okay. Let's take a clean patch and see how we're doing. All right, we are getting most of the carbon out. The striker area is still kind of dirty, so we're going to take our toothbrush and get in there. And honestly, I'm kind of surprised. I don't know if you can see how dirty that still is. So I'm going to take this, get a good bit on it. And again, normally I don't want to do this with a down angle. I just don't want a ton getting in there, but it is pretty dirty. So we will get in there and scrub that some more. All right, and that's starting to look a little better, but still pretty nasty. So I got in there. And I'm gonna soak that some more. Well, if you have poor hand strength when you start with this gun and you use that ammo, your hand strength will be better because you will be scrubbing for 3 or 4 hours to try and get the gun clean. All right. And we'll call that good enough for now. And again, this gun is I wouldn't call it fun to shoot, you know, a 44 Magnum or, you know, an AR. Those are fun guns. This is a pleasant gun. So this is the gun this is the gun you marry, not the gun you take out on a Saturday night. No pun intended. All right. Better. I do think this will, you know, give it a much better cleaning later, but for purposes of showing you what to do, this should suffice. Get in there. I'm also kind of shocked at the signs of wear from 50 rounds. So I don't know if that's necessarily a quality issue or not. I wouldn't expect to see that type of wear after only 50 rounds. Move this and move this. Let's get into that feed ramp. That looks pretty dirty as well. That is just really bad. All right. We are gonna let this sit and soak a little bit. All right. Let's run this patch through one more time. It's got some of the bore solvent, and I'm guessing that this, yeah, that barrel is pretty dirty. So that's nasty. Run a patch through, see where we're at as far as clean. We are pretty far south of clean yet. Okay, that is getting better. And again, you know, for the money that you're spending, it seems like a good value gun, but I am concerned about the wear marks. You can see some more there. I really wouldn't have expected that with only 50. We're going to go ahead, run this patch through. All right, we'll take it. We'll take it considering where this gun started. Let's wipe this down. Same with this. Our pin. And you can see there's still some dirt. We should probably spend more time cleaning this, but since we are doing this to give you an idea of how to clean, I'll go back and do all this again off camera so as to not take up all your time. All right, so now what we're going to do, particularly because of all the wear on this particular gun, and you can kind of see right there, there's some rubbing. So what I'm going to do is twofold. I'm going to take this, I'm going to put 2 drops, and we're going to get the barrel before we put it in. I'm going to pay particular attention to this. Now, I don't want to coat it, right, because that's just going to make it even more dirty. But we want at least a light coating on this. And I'm also going to take a drop. I'm going to put it right here where it appears there's metal on metal rubbing, as well as right here. Okay. I'm going to take the same patch that has a little bit of oil and go over the spring and guide rod. Give this very light coat too. And we're going to do the rails on this. Again, this racks very easily, but we'll do the rails as well. So we're going to put this back in, drop that in. Put that in. The open side goes forward. The solid side goes towards the back. All right. We'll take this, add a couple more drops of oil to it, and just going to do these rails. And again, I'm not a huge proponent of a ton of oil. All right. We got that. We'll take this, move it in. I don't know if this bent when we were taking it off, because it was catching. So did have to just give it a little nudge over. anyhow, it is now going back. So maybe this gun is not as great as I thought it was. We're just going to line that up, and if you can see, you should be able to see all the way through it. The round edge of the pin will go forward, and it just drops back in. We're going to check it, and very light rack, so we're good with that. We did do the top of this, so we're going to wipe this off too before we put it in. And this could honestly also probably use a bit more cleaning. So we will put this in. We'll check it. Seems to shoot fine, function fine. Because we have so much lead on our hands, I got some of this. It's called Lead Be Gone wipes. So you want to not finish the clean with just a clean gun. You also want to finish with your hands. So take this. This actually smells really nice. So we will take a couple of those and clean our hands, because I am coated in residue. All right. Clean this up. And then last but not least, we will give this gun just 1-2 drops on the slide. Give it a quick cleaning. Yeah, or a lot for 50 rounds. And there we go. So that is our first impressions of the Ruger Security 380. You know, I would give this gun 5 bullseyes based on my shooting experience and just the comfort of the gun. So I'm going to go with that, although I tell you what, we're going to revisit this gun in about 500 or 1,000 rounds, just see how it's holding up. But for right now, 5 out of 5, really enjoyed this gun. It is pleasant. See you next time.